Welcome back to Andersen Acres. Today we're talking about one of my favorite stages of raising livestock guardian dogs, or really any puppy. It's the magical, messy, chaotic window between 4 and 6 weeks old. Everything's happening, and it's going to feel like everything is happening. Our Great Pyrenees mama, Tequila, who's over there with vodka, they're on the other side of the camera. She's been doing a fantastic job with her puppies. They're almost 6 weeks old now. At the time of this filming, they're only 1 day from being 6 weeks old. They're 6 weeks old tomorrow. And I thought this would be a perfect time to take you through what happens during the 2 pivotal weeks of puppy development, because 4 to 6 weeks is an important time. And we have one of them here. I know they look gigantic for 6 weeks old. It's because they're a very large breed dog. Now, whether you're raising your own litter of working dogs or consider getting one in the future or even getting a companion dog, it's really important to remember that puppies are more than just adorable. Okay? They are adorable. I mean, look at how cute she is. She's absolutely adorable. But it's important to remember that they're more than just cute little fluffy balls. They are developing dogs, okay? They're not just puppies, they're developing dogs. So I've got a lot of things to share with you today. So let's dive in. And we're panting for no good reason. You're not thirsty. You just had a bunch of water. Anyway, at 4 weeks old, puppies are just starting to come alive in a whole new way. Until that time, they've spent most of their time nursing, sleeping, and scooting around with their eyes half open. Okay, they're not super exciting at that point, but then all of a sudden, right around 4 weeks, boom, they become little dogs. We've got personalities, and we've got coordination, and we've got teeth, little shark teeth. And you know what those teeth mean? It's time to start thinking about weaning. So, let's talk a little bit about weaning. At 4 weeks, puppies are going to start to show some interest in food beyond their mama. Okay? Their mama's still important, and it doesn't mean we cut Tequila off from our puppies right away. Far from it. Mama is still doing the bulk of the feeding. But it is time to introduce a supplemental food source at 4 weeks old. Our go-to at this stage is what I call puppy mash. It is dog food, puppy food, diluted with water, so it turns into a mush. Okay, I prefer it to wet food. I like just wetting down dry food. It is what I choose. You can use warm water or puppy formula or whatever works for you. Goat milk is a fantastic alternative if you don't want to use like puppy milk. Goat milk works just fine. But basically what you do is you soak the food in water or milk or some kind of liquid, and until it turns into kind of like a porridge. You want it to be a soft porridge. Okay? At first, they're probably just going to walk through it and make a mess. Okay? Let's be honest. They're just going to kind of sniff at it, walk in it, roll in it, sit in it. It's going to be a mess. And sometimes they'll lick it off each other's ears or each other's faces, but they're not going to be super interested. Keep offering anyway. Okay? It's totally normal for them not to be interested at first. It's new. By the end of week 4, they're usually eating in small amounts with a fair amount of gusto. Okay? And at that point, the mama, Tequila in our case, starts changing the rules. Okay? One of the biggest shifts from weeks 4 to 6 is mom's behavior. Tequila's still nursing her pups. Like, they're almost 6 weeks and she's still nursing them. But now she's starting to spend more time away from them. We're at the point where she's away from them overnight. She doesn't want to see them at night anymore. That's not her being a bad mom. That's her being a smart one. Because those teeth, these little puppy teeth, these little chompy teeth, these are a problem. They start to hurt. Nursing starts to become uncomfortable for mama. So she naturally begins limiting access. She still cleans them and cuddles them and disciplines them, but she's easing off the all-you-can-eat milk buffet because it's time. We give her breaks during the day, but we always make sure she has access to go back in and check on them as she chooses. At night, she's not in there at all. So weaning is starting in this 4 to 6 week period. Then you have the socialization bit, because real socialization of puppies can't really start until between 4 and 6 weeks old. Because this is when puppies are going to start learning how to be dogs. And that means roughhousing and barking and growling and learning the word no. Most of that training comes from their siblings and from Tequila herself. And we also start very gentle handling. They need to get used to people. They can't be nervous around the humans. Okay? You're going to do nothing overwhelming, and you've probably been handling them younger than that. But at this point, when they're 4 to 6 weeks old, you need to step up that handling. Nothing overwhelming, just holding them, letting them smell everything, lots of petting when they eat or when they play, lots of snuggles, lots of grass. She's been playing out on the grass. She has grass in her fur. But those small touches build trust. So small, gentle touches build trust and teach them that they don't need to be afraid of the people. This makes a huge difference down the line when they need to be vet checked or groomed or trained to work on the farm or trained to be your companion animal. Basically, you need to do lots of handling in that 4 to 6 week time frame. You don't want to scare anyone. It's not about grabbing them and being like, oh, I love you so much. Even though she's quite used to that because I'm quite hands-on with puppies. But that's not what it's about. It's about gentle snuggles, gentle kisses, apparently chewing on the microphone a little bit there. It's about getting them used to being handled by people. Now, by 5 weeks old, it's time to expand their world a little bit. Around here, we create safe play areas outside so they can have a little bit of time to explore. Mostly supervised at that age or really well contained so nothing happens to them. You want to add some toys, nothing fancy, things they can chew on or chase or fun. And you want to introduce different textures like soft blankets, maybe hay or dirt or something that they are going to need to get used to. Anything to help build confidence and curiosity. And you also need to know there's going to start to be more mess. Okay? Like a lot more mess. Now that they're eating solid food and they're exploring, there's going to be a lot of cleanup, and mama may not be doing all of it. But it's part of the deal. If you are going to have puppies, you are going to have to clean up after those puppies. Make sure you got puppy pads, towels, and a good mop. You're going to be cleaning up fairly consistently. Are we breathing into the microphone, honey? Yeah. So, what about health checks and development checks? During this window, keep a close eye on weight gain. All right, weight gain's important. So is hydration and stool quality. Any puppy that isn't thriving needs attention fast at this age, because if something goes wrong, they can go downhill overnight. Also, deworming schedule is a good time to start that up. Not everybody does. Some people prefer to get a puppy that hasn't had any treatment at all, so they can get treatment from their own vet, and that's fine. But if it's up your alley, deworming is a great time. You'll want to discuss it with your vet, but typically you'll begin deworming around 2 or 3 weeks and then repeat every 2 weeks until they leave you. Again, discuss it with your vet because different areas have different parasites and all that good stuff. Around 6 weeks, it's also time to get ready for that first shot of vaccinations. Where we are, they don't typically do them till 8 weeks. So in most cases, the puppies will have them done by their new families because of the age they'll be when they go to their new homes. But it's also something to start thinking about. It's a topic for a different video, but it is something you might want to talk to the buyers about. If you're keeping them till 10 or 12 weeks, you probably want to already have them vaccinated, unless the buyers specifically want to take them only to their vet. Some people really do prefer that, so talk to your buyers because it does matter. I have buyers that specifically only want them to see their own vet. 2 of those buyers use the same vet I do, so it's a non-issue. But it's important to be aware of. Now, what about matching temperament to homes? If you're raising these puppies and they are going to companion homes or working homes or whatever homes they're going to, it's the time to start taking notes. Who's bold? Who's cautious? Which puppy is food motivated? Who really loves cuddles? Who's a little more independent? Spirit loves cuddles. Her sister, the one with the pink collar, not so much. She'd rather be a little more independent. It's not time to finalize anything. 6 weeks is still a little early, but it is time to start looking at personalities and considering what kind of homes might be a good fit. And we always keep in mind that the most dominant puppy in the litter might not be the best livestock guardian. Sometimes the calmer, more observant pups are the ones who shine in that role. It's not fair to judge a puppy by how they are at 6 weeks old. Okay? And we're chewing on my finger now. Awesome. That was nice. This little finger chomps. Yeah. So it's important to start noting personalities, but don't make any firm decisions because those personalities will continue to evolve over the next 2 weeks. Now, this stage, this fun 4 to 6 week stage, is equal parts magic and madness. You'll see these little fluff balls go from helpless blobs to curious, vocal, playful pups. And every day brings something new. It's also a time to be really intentional. We want the puppies healthy. We want them confident. We want them exposed to sounds and textures and gentle humans and animals, all the while letting mom do her job and not rushing the process, not changing the timetable mama has set. These next 2 weeks are when we lay the foundation of calm, capable, working dogs or well-adjusted pets, depending on where they're headed. So pay attention and make sure your pups are getting the attention they need. That's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. Drop a comment below if you've ever raised a litter or if you've got questions for us about the weaning process or puppy development. I will try to answer them. And we love hearing your stories and helping out our viewers whenever we can. We'll see you tomorrow.